Hello and welcome. Today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, tipping culture. I want you to come with me and picture this. You're at a restaurant and you come in and you get a warm greeting and a great meal before your waiter comes. And you're approached with a new question, what to tip, as you're given your bill. Now with this question, many things come to mind. Now, the gratuity for this year has reached an average of 19.3%, an average low over the last 6 years. This tipping fatigue is due to many different causes such as inflation and alternative and new methods of tipping with new positions. Now, this as a whole leads to a lot of new things that have to be dealt with, and as such leads to fluctuations within the waiter's wages. So I want to bring a new idea, a bold one, to this market, abolishing tipping. Now, by doing this, we would be looking at many different facets. It would go over economic fairness by increasing wage stability, service accountability by allowing there to be no bias when it comes towards pay, and bias reduction by allowing a very clear and transparent fee rather than pay that's based on the customer. Now going into first, looking into a counterpoint where tipping is generally wanted because it's tied to performance based on reward. After all, if you're paid more, why wouldn't you want to work harder if you can get yourself a bonus? Now, this is widely appreciated due to how well it can work, and the restaurants that do include tipping often outperform those that don't. However, this is still unstable as a practice and leads to many other issues. It can exclude certain workers, and it doesn't really address the main concerns that are still present, leading to just very unstable beliefs in general. Now, this can be explained through the economic fairness that the abolishment of tipping could lead to. It would mean that there'd be a wage stability, as many people cannot afford a living wage on with what they get normally based on the fluctuation. By abolishing tipping, you would raise the wage by encountering a service fee, which would be able to pay for the waiters instead, meaning that they would get a reliable pay. This would also account for back-of-house staff, allowing everybody to receive the pay they deserve without overlooking anybody, which is often what happens. This goes further into reducing discrimination and bias, as with how it works today, there is often discrimination based on customer bias, with African American workers often receiving significantly less tips based on similar positions and situations, despite no differences generally besides customer bias. Now, this is backed up by research done by the Economic Policy Institute, which looks deeply and does lots of research into this, which has come out repeatedly that the minorities are often paid less as a result of customer bias, whether intentioned or not. Even more so, it can enhance service quality through a few different means. By including a transparent fee, it will allow an easy understanding between the customer and the restaurant of what's really happening. And usually, the workers appreciate this as well, as it gives them a stable wage and they understand exactly how much they're going to get from a day's of work. Even if they may not receive as much as they would on a good day of tips, they receive more overall. And this just kind of allows more transparency into the world as a whole and allows no anxiety from trying to manage the tips on the customer's side, allowing everybody to gain from this, as well as reducing the amount of employees that would quit their jobs due to instability. And even more so, the employees or employers can still market and margin their own employees by rewarding them based on internalized factors, giving bonuses and such to incentivize harder work and performance without directly tying their entire pay to it, allowing stable wage with the performance equated to tips. Now, to review, we've gone over economic fairness and how it can increase wage stability, the bias reduction and how to avoid any case of discrimination, and service accountability to allow transparent fees that will help increase the just understanding between everybody. And to conclude, this will be able to protect all pays and just wages in general, so people will have a reliable wage, and it will change the service expectations between the customer and the waiter, because they'll understand exactly what they're getting into, how much they have to pay, the service they have to pay for, and how much they're going to make. And lastly, this is why it's time to walk away from the culture of tipping and move on to a different business of no tipping business scheme. And thank you.